So today we're gonna try and see if Geraldo 1 Tower Chips is possible. Now the title is not a typo, it's Chips, not Chimps mode, because the M in Chimps stands for monkey knowledge, as in no monkey knowledge. But in this round we're gonna enable monkey knowledge and see if we can do the 1 Tower Chips. So when Geraldo came out, he was a pretty broken hero, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, all of his items were cheap, they would last very long, and they were super strong, especially in the late game. And so a bunch of things got nerfed, like for example the blade trap got nerfed, and it now no longer behaves like a super maelstrom, it's just a normal maelstrom, at least in terms of its duration. The sharpening stone used to last for 15 rounds, now it's down to 10. They did something with the glue pierce, as far as I remember. They increased the price of the pickles, but most importantly, I guess for the damage side, is that the genie bottle's duration got reduced from 3 rounds to 2, and that is going to be very important later on. Now there is still the issue of lead balloons, which we're gonna have to beat the old-fashioned way. Now because we're playing with monkey knowledge, Geraldo starts with level 3, but that is still not enough for us to be able to get Jerry's hot fire for rounds 28 and 30. So we're just gonna have to do that one the old-fashioned way using the crusher, and that's the reason why we're playing on scrapyard. Now because we're playing with monkey knowledge on, there are gonna be some knowledge points that are actually gonna be quite helpful in this run. So for example, there's this knowledge called weak point, which gives +1 damage to Moabs and ceramics, if I remember correctly. And the thing with that one is that it affects the turrets, and it might affect Jerry's hot sauce, which is going to be just a lot of extra damage. We're also gonna have the big balloon Sabo, which reduces the HP of all Moab class balloons by 10%, I believe. So what I'm doing with the turrets now is I'm trying to save the middle spot, which is about here, and I'm trying to save this area for the upgraded turrets. So the turrets get upgraded to level 13, and I'm trying to place these turrets, the weak ones, around them so that we save these good spots for the stronger turrets later on. And there it is, round 27 ending, and because we have no lead popping power, we don't have Jerry's hot fire, and even if we upgrade it, as you guys can see, we're still missing a lot of money to buy the hot sauce, so we are gonna have to do this one using the crusher. And actually round 28 is a pretty simple round to beat like this. So here's what we're gonna do. We are only going to glue the last 3 lead balloons right in this spot. So right now I'm gonna drop the glue, and then on their way back we're gonna drop a glue in the middle of the crusher, and so this is gonna set them up very nicely. And boom, there it is. Round 28 lead balloons gone. Okay, so here's how to beat the lead balloons on round 30. On the 5th lead balloon, we're gonna drop the creepy idol. So this is number 5. As soon as it's about to exit the range, we're gonna use the creepy idol. And then in this exact spot, we only want to glue the last 4 lead balloons. So drop it now. And now the last thing that we need to do is we need to use a creepy idol right here on the 1st lead balloon. So like that. And then if everything was done correctly, they're gonna line up perfectly in the middle. So boom, I think we got them all. Yes, that's it. Okay, so let me just get one more turret right here next to the button, and that's probably gonna be the last one. Now what I've started doing and what I'm gonna continue doing is spam all these blade traps on the bottom. So these blade traps last indefinitely, which means that they're gonna be here up until the end of the game, and they're just like a safety net for the late game rounds. But right now, let me just buy the pet rabbit. So if you guys don't know what these guys do, this is what I call the bunny paragon. So these bunnies restock every few rounds, and when you get 4 of them, they merge into one big rabbit, which actually starts attacking. So the rest of the run is actually, I wouldn't explain it as complicated, but definitely needs some attention to be paid to it, just because a lot of things are happening, and I'm gonna do my best to explain everything. But let's just see how we're gonna do versus the BFB first. We need to use something. Let's do one more potion, I guess. This is gonna be enough. Let's just buff up all the turrets, and that should be fine. Are we taking this? No, I'm gonna maelstrom it. Oh no, we activated the second one. So as I was saying, this run requires some attention, and as you guys can see, Geraldo is currently level 11. Now that's very important because at level 13 these turrets get upgraded. Now that's very important because that's the point at which we're gonna stop using the pickles, and that's also the point where we need to have 4 turrets in stock so we can place them immediately. So first off, let me explain the pickle part. The pickles give +1 damage, but they take away some attack speed. I think it was about 25%. Are we fine? I mean, it's gonna trigger 1, but oh no, it's gonna trigger a second one. Please tell me that's it. Get the bunny paragon, and it's gonna clean everything up. Look at how strong this is versus the ceramics, by the way. Let's see how it does versus the second wave of ceramics. Yeah, it's not even close. So basically what the pickles do is they give +1 damage, but they take away some attack speed from the tower. And when you do the maths on this, I think I've done a video on this, but basically what it means is that if your tower has, if I remember correctly, it was more than 4 damage, it actually starts hurting the tower. And so when Geraldo gets to level 13, these turrets get upgraded. They attack faster, but they also get more damage. Their damage goes from 2 to 7. So that means that we should no longer be pickling Geraldo, but we should only be using the pickles on these individual and smaller and weaker turrets. So Geraldo is about to get level 13, round 67, there it is, and we need to have 4 turrets in stock as we do, so let's just place them in these spots that we've been saving for them, and at this point we cannot use the pickles on Geraldo. Round 76, let's see how we do. I think the bunny's gonna clean this up. Yep, that wasn't even close. And let's just keep placing these turrets all over the map. Round 79 was one that gave us a lot of trouble on the Quincy 2 Mega Pops, but it's not even close with the bunny and all of these turrets just shooting down the straight line. Okay, so Geraldo is level 16, and that means that we got 2 new upgrades. The stack of old nails became mines, and these mines are actually kind of strong. I believe that they last indefinitely as well, so we're gonna start stacking them up at the end of the track. But also Jerry's fire became a lot stronger. I think the DPS effect increases on level 16. Okay, so round 89, the DDTs are gonna be coming on the next round, and we have over $100,000. So money is definitely not an issue in these Geraldo 1 Tower chips and the chimps run. And also something else that's very important on this round is that we get rid of all of the items as soon as possible. Now Geraldo is level 19 and he's gonna get level 20 the next round, and what happens at level 20 is he refreshes the entire shop. So what we need to do is we need to get rid of literally everything that we have, so place all of these guys before the DDTs pop. I'm even gonna use 1 glue, 2 glues, and the nail mines with the MVP. Okay, so Geraldo hit level 20, which means the entire shop is restocked. So 3 new blade traps, the turrets are maxed out, the nail mines are maxed out. So that was kind of important to catch the timing of Geraldo getting level 20, because I saved Geraldo's hot sauce potions, and because these guys last 10 rounds, that means that we're gonna have all the way up until the end, right? So something that's very important right now is round 94 and the genie bottle duration. So you need to have the genies in rounds 95, 99, and rounds 100. Let's just see how we do versus these DDTs first. So do I glue them? I'm actually not gonna glue them, see how we do, and then if we leak, I'm probably gonna restart the round. No, that was way too many. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to use 1 glue this time, and this should be a lot easier now. So 3 of them popped. And there we go. So as I was saying, the genies are needed for rounds 95, 99, and rounds 100. And so with the 3 round duration, previously you were just able to place one of the genies on round 95, and you would have it for 95, 96, and 97. And then you would place the second one on 98. So you would do 98, 99, and 100. And that would make the entire run very easy. But nowadays, since they only last for 2 rounds, we need to be careful. So the plan that I came up with goes like this. I'm gonna use one of the genie bottles right now on round 94. And we don't exactly need it for round 94, but we 100% need it for round 95. So it's gonna last for these 2 rounds. Now, the reason why I'm using it on 94, even though we don't need it, is because we want to get it on cooldown. Now, the time that it takes for these genie bottles to refresh is 6 rounds, which means that this one is going to refresh on round 100. I mean, things are kind of going fine, but as soon as these 45 mobs are coming into their range, I think we're gonna start leaking. Do we need to blast, or do we play it? Oh, the bunny, nice catch. It's so close. Oh no, that's a DDT. Yes, nail mines, let's go. Oh, that was so close. That was way too close, actually. But the fact that we spam nail mines at the end saved the entire run. And so there it is. The genie disappeared, but we got it on cooldown. And so we're going to have to survive rounds 96 and 97 without it. And I'm going to use the genie on rounds 98. And it's going to last for 98 and 99. And then around 100, the one that we used around 94 is going to come back off stock. Okay, so round 98, let's use the last nail mine. And let's use Jerry's Fire on one of these guys. We have like 8 Jerry's Fire going on right now. And something I want to do is I want to get the creepy idol right here. So let's see what happens. I'm actually not going to use the genie. Let's see if we can defend without it. So we have a blade trap, we have the glue. Do we blast now? Let's actually wait when the Moabs and the ceramics are coming on the other way around. So, oh, something leaked. One of the traps activated at the bottom. Let's use it now. Let's blast at the top. I mean, we're kind of dealing with this, honestly. Okay, that's very surprising, actually. We got rid of all the fortified BFBs. That's one ceramic that's going to trigger a blade trap. No way that just happened. Okay, so now do we have this? We have a bunch of blade traps. Do I want to take this? I'm not sure. I think this is way too many balloons. I don't think I'm going to take this. I mean, we're gonna win, just to be clear, but let's use the genie. I think we had that round, honestly, but let's just use the genie. Okay, so I want to use the glue for the ZOMGs, so let's use it now. And it's expired. But this genie is so strong, we don't even need to use the blade trap. Yeah, that's it. That's round 98. I want to use the glue for 99, obviously, but I also want to use the glue for the Moabs. So let's use the glue at the bottom. Kind of slow down the Moabs a little bit. Let's blast. I mean, the blade traps don't... Oh... the bunny plus the stacks last moment clutch, and there it is. This is what I was talking about. So it actually restocked, the genie restocked, and now we have this. So this is what you need to defend around 100. I don't think if you don't have the genie you have the damage for around 100. Actually maybe you do if you have a bunch of blade traps, but these guys, they used to be so strong. You could solo a bat with 3 of them, but that's it. That's the entire run, and it looks like Geraldo 1 tower chips is possible. Let's just check the pops on Geraldo. It's 1.9 million. Yeah, exactly. So it's not over 2 million because there's this monkey knowledge which reduces the HP of Moab class balloons. But that's it. Geraldo 1 tower chips is in fact possible.